episode 95, I believe this is. Hold on. Yes, 95. I am calling it Monday. Snuggle Monday. A reference to U2's Sunday Bloody Sunday, but hey, it's not bloody, and there are snuggles. As you may notice, it's a day late. I'm recording on a Monday. I was really busy yesterday, and it sucked. Yesterday sucked. Saturday sucked. This weekend sucked. It sucked so hard. So hard. I took to my bed. A la Betty Davis. There was bed. And me. And Pop-Tarts. And cats. You may be wondering why I'm recording on a Monday and I'm not at work. It's minus 40. Well, technically it's minus 38, but hey, let's not quibble, shall we? Minus 38 still feels like minus 40. And I work a 0.7. If you are unfamiliar with what working a 0.7 means, it means I can work 4 full days and then not work 1 day. And I still end up with too many hours. So my non-day of work is today because it's minus 40 and no one wants to move, and I woke up and it was cold, and currently experiencing Sadie technical difficulties that may lead me to pause this podcast more than once. We'll leave it at that. I've taken things. I hope those things work. Otherwise, there will be large gaps, and all of a sudden there will be a different color in the room. I'm also recording on an angle. You can tell because I'm not actually sitting with my back to the chair. It's because my spinning wheel is right here because I am plying. And I was like, hey, lazy butt, you may as well record an episode. Because I feel bad when I don't record for a week, if I can. And I can, so here I am. Aren't you lucky? Only good thing about this weekend? The return of hockey. Still disconcerting that I can see myself in the return of hockey, which was heralded by many heralded the return of hockey. I among them. Thank you. Don Cherry, you were missed. Right in the goggle. Subcocular. I wish I was related to Don Cherry. Petrie says hello. Petrie will probably say hello many times because she hasn't gotten her wet food yet today. She gets wet food once or twice a day. Normally I feed her before I podcast, but I gave her kibble, and she doesn't want the kibble, she wants the wet food. She's also extra cranky because she hates the cold weather, so the fact that it's minus whatever outside really bugs her. I'm also recording in my jammers, and my slippers. They have owls on them. Cheap ass slippers to keep my feet warm. I know, Sadie, you should knit some for yourself, but no, I haven't. Into finished objects. I did finish an object. See, I was so despondent about recording yesterday because it's like, I have nothing finished. Oh my god. And then I looked at my show notes from last week and I was like, really? I wasn't done that? Who knew? Who knew? That's it. Okay, so I finished the Olana shawl, and I will hold it up like this. It is not blocked because, of course, I show my house, and you cannot have a giant shawl blocking in the middle of your living room. Do a little close up here. So this is the lace, the edging. I'm trying to peek out around the corner here. The blue right here. This is Volmice in the Bluebell colorway. It's got these little gathers that alternate. The tealish color in the body and in the edging here is Shibui sock in a numbered colorway. And the gray that's in the body and in the, sorry, I just flipped you off. In the body, in the edging, and the final bind off here is a Cascade Heritage yarn. Now, it looks kind of wonky, but I'm going to get a lot of stretch out of it. It's still not going to be a very long shawl. I can't open my arms the whole way, so whatever. I think it will still look dang cute. However, if you are, Wendy, one of the people who, myself included, get a little perturbed when the center stitch doesn't match the whole way down, this edging might just bug you a smidgen, but you can jog it a little. Once it blocks out, it will block out correctly. However, right now it does not look that way, and that bugged me the entire time I was knitting it. See? Not sure if you can see that, but yeah. Just bugged me a smidge. There's no way around it. The colors work gorgeously together. I was a little worried that the dark blue would be too dark, as you can see, when it is all unblocked. It rolls up. But there you go. I like it. I like it a lot. And my computer's bugging me because I can see that it is lagging. Despite the fact that I cleaned it. Bad computer. 10 speed should be more better behaved. And I know more better isn't a word. But seriously, yeah. It suffered. It suffered during my master's, being schlepped to and fro a school, and yeah. Poor 10 speed. And right now, Kelly of Sheep Dreamery is going, you named your computer 10 speed? Yes. Yes. All of my inanimate objects have names based off of the Coheed and Cambria saga. Such as my spinning wheel, which is named Newo. My previous computer was named Paris, which was stupid because Paris goes up in flames in the storyline, and subsequently the motherboard got fried. Just a little too close to home. Should name the next one Claudio, that way it'll never die. Radio, the other finished thing. I finished a Snuggle. A Snuggle. This is the first time I only have one Snuggle to show you, and it's a rectangle. But I ran out of the pink. And quite frankly, I got 36 on the short, so I'm not too worried. This is a bulky monstrosity. I knit it with one strand. The pink strand is Red Heart Super Saver. The white is Eton Ladyfair Shetland Chunky. I knitted on needles that are far too huge for human consumption, probably an 8. A US 8. So that's like ridiculous in millimeters. Let me find out what ridiculous in millimeters is technically. US 8. No, it was an 8 millimeter US 11. Or it might have been a 9. I'm not sure. I didn't measure. I just picked up a knitting needle and went. However, nice and big, because I wanted to inspire everyone to knit big snuggles. Because not only can you enter into the regular snuggle thread where you can count your yardage and whatnot, and yes, if you hold it double, you count each individual strand. Because dang it, you're using up all that yarn anyway. You can count the yardage, you can count the individual snuggle in the regular thread, and then you can go over to the big snuggle thread and post just big snuggles, 36 by 36, one picture per post, thank you, for a specialty draw of Volmice, just saying. Thanks to our anonymous donor who loves big dogs. I love big dogs too. Especially Newfoundlanders. This is Snuggle 15, I think. I'm shooting for 30, so I'm halfway there. Baby. You can't see it. I've got like a thing of dirty clothes over here. It's probably good you can't see it because there's a bra in there. But I am using the basket, the clothing basket, that's the word, to rig up a lazy Kate for my one bobbin that I wound off 2 bobbins into center pull balls. I hate winding bobbins into center pull balls. I hate it. And then I left the last bobbin, I left it on the bobbin, and then I stuck a knitting needle through it, through the side, because these are big bobbins. As you recall, they're huge mofo and bobbins. Here's one. You can double fist a bobbin. So, I stuck it through the clothing hamper bin thingy-majigger on an angle with a knitting needle, and that seems to be working as a lazy Kate. So, let's hope it rocks. So far, I haven't thrown the spinning wheel in a snowbank. I was very close yesterday. I've also come to the conclusion that I'm not spinning another 3-ply until I have a high-speed flyer and at least 4 bobbins. It's my new rule. New year, I'll try and get that done. They are an investment, but as I see it, they are a relatively important investment for my spinning. So I have, they're about $200 for the high speed flyer kit combo, and then another 30-ish per bobbin. So yeah. Maybe when I sell the house, I'll splurge and buy myself a high speed kit with some bobbins. Who knows? Hi, Frank. Do you want to come up and say hi to everybody? This is Frank. She is 20 pounds of solid Frank mass. And as Partner in Crime was noting, she has really short legs. You can't see it, but her legs are like this long, like abnormally short for a cat. I like to think of her as the bulldog of cats. She's my kitty bully girl, as Diane calls her bully girls. Frankie's my kitty bully girl, because she is like a little bulldog. She's that's Frank. Show them your short little stumpy legs, honey. Show them. You're purring. See, short little stumpy Franken legs. Short little stumpy legs. She's purring too. That's the funny part. Okay. Pause now for station identification. Okay, so we're back here at Chase 80. The jumpiness is really bugging me. Oh well. Let us continue onward and upward and onward, ever so. On the needles. I have two things on the needles that I've actually touched. This week I taught 40 small children how to knit at school. The prep work on that and the insanity behind that also led to Sadie not knitting pretty much 3 nights in a row. Yeah. In the K9 box bag by Birdleg Bags Designs. Oh, which reminds me, she had gifted me the Olana shawl, which is the shawl I've finished, as you saw earlier, which I knit with the Knitting in Circles gifted knit along. There you have it. Just did a full circle. This is Gandalf. Because all my Lord of the Rings are in the Birdleg bag, K9 bag. They have been since the inception, so they will continue onward. I have 2 rows of pattern in there. 2 rows. Just 2 rows. Not a whole lot. Not much to speak of. The color is very true right now. But that is the second sock. I have a half-finished object, which I'm calling a hippo. I've decided that. I'm one of those people who does not like the term HO. And it's not that I don't like it because of connotations. I just don't like the long O. I also don't like calling things foes. I just don't, the O bugs me auditorily for some reason. So it's, seriously, no one's making a judgment call, especially not me. But, just don't like it. The long O bugs me. And technically a half-finished object, which would be an HFO, is a hiffo. So I'm going to call them hiffos. Or maybe hippos. Hippos sound so much cooler, and really, who doesn't like hippos? And side tangent, which, like, the 10 Canadians who watch Two Tangled Skeins, so you two girls, you're going to be sniggering about this. Susie, out in BC. Artist may be out in BC. There's a couple more Canadians. TMO, Miyazo, I think, is. Anywho, my Canadians will recall, and the reason I like calling it a hippo, which came to me at like 3 in the morning, so let's be blunt here, was the first thing I thought of was the Canadian house hippo. If you are a Canadian and you have television, or even if you watch ghetto cable, you know, like channel, 9, 11, and 2, which is what I have, you will have seen the commercial about the Canadian house hippo, which is a tiny little miniature hippo that lives in your closet, feasts off of the crumbs of toast with peanut butter, and makes its bed out of pocket lint. Yeah. I'll see if I can find the commercial on YouTube and put it in the show notes, but anyway, I want a Canadian house hippo, and so calling these hippos makes me think of that, and yes. Okay. Enough about the tangent. So this is the Gandalf sock. I knit the large. It's way too big for my foot. It's not way too big. It's just it's not as snug. I like a snug sock. I want my snug on my sock. I want my sock snug, my snock. Okay, let's just give up on that. I want a snug sock, and it wasn't snug enough on me, so I made them for partner in crime. We have the toe. We have the foot. We have the leg. I love the cable detail on this, which does pull it in a little bit. It's still really stretchy for a cable, but it does pull it in a bit. And I just did a standard basic slip stitch heel on this because I didn't want to do patterning on the heel. So the first one's finished. I started the second one. This is the Lord of the Rings knit along, the Lotrkal, or YLOTRKAL, which will run until the end of February for these socks. I'm actually hoping, Sadie, learn how to talk today. I'm hoping to finish these relatively soon because then I can start a different pair of socks from my DIY sock club that I have ready to go for the rest of February until I start the next sock, which will be put up to vote at some point in February. The other thing is I cast on a stripy sock because I needed something to travel and I had nothing. And some of you have been able to travel with a Gandalf sock. I am not one of you. Okay? Not one of you. And it's in my Bad Amy bag. This is the Post yarn in the Seattle Coffee Blue colorway. My cake is experiencing technical difficulty. Here is the gorgeousness. That is actually pretty true to color. The green is a tealy blue-green, bordering on a hunter teal, and then you've got a very, very light tealy blue-green and a rich chocolate brown. Now I'll be upfront, I got this to test out and see how I felt about the product. And really, you send me free yarn, I'm going to knit it. That's just how it works. The yarn's a bit stiff. It's good though. I love the stitch definition. I'm guessing a soak will soften it up a bit. It could also be the composition. What is the composition on this? Hold on. Superwash Corriedale nylon, 75/25. Can machine wash these. So yeah, that would be the Corriedale. However, I can tell it's sturdy from the feel. Whatever lack of soft, and it's not that it's hard, like, I mean, I would make a hat out of it. So it's not that it's soft, not soft, it's just, it's a bit stiff. And I do believe that the soak will, like, I mean, soak does wonders for everything. But, irregardless, this color, is worth its weight in gold. It's not flecky, there's not bleed through. The transitions are very short. It's not like you get a whole row where the color's off. Like, let me find one. Okay, right here, right there between my fingers. That's where a color transition is. That's about as long as a color transition as you're going to get. And you're going to see right there where it's a little bit brown, a little bit blue, and then it goes into being brown. I love that. I love how hardcore the color transitions are. I love the depth of the color. The color hasn't come off of my hands. Personally, I'd put it right up next to Vesper. And it's not a shaded color. Like, I mean, some colors are shaded, and I have no problem with that. You find that often with indie dyers. I really don't care if they're shaded. Usually you get to see it knit up and you know it's going to be a bit shaded. And I know that was something that Dawn had a problem with. She didn't like how it was a bit of a shaded color. She wanted, Dawn, look at this. Just look at it. It's easy to knit. I haven't had a problem with splitting stitches. And I'm just loving the depth of color. I really am. So I will knit this. I will knit the other one. I'll throw them in some soak and tell you if it softens up any, which I assume it will. I assume it will. But and it feels like it's a good hard wearing yarn. Stitch definition is awesome. Color definition is awesome. So really, I have nothing bad to say about Post Yarn. Post Yarn, which you can find at Simply Socks Yarn Company on the interwebs. Finished socks will tolerate machine drying with some loss of stitch definition over time. Hand dyed in the USA. I love the tags. I really do. So www.simplysockyarn.com. Let me hold that up. My hand doesn't bend that way. But yeah. Check it out. She's got some Harry Potter colors, which are kind of awesome. Not a big Harry Potter fan, but oh my god. Yeah. When I have money again, I'm going to need some of these because loving the color definition and the stitch definition. I would put them up there next to a Vesper. Vesper is usually my favorite stripy sock. I would put it up next to that. It's definitely softer than an opal, if that helps you any. So those are my two on the needles. Nah. I've already told you that I'm plying my 3-ply. It's called Loki's Whim. It is Highland Handmaids. It's kind of all over the place because Petrie just played with it, so I'm not going to pick it up and show you. Just going to have to suck that up. I got this bag yesterday at the show that I was at, where I was given way too much crap. Like, seriously, way too much crap. Although there's candies, which I may eat later. Which is funny, because I've come to the realization that I'm either an extraterrestrial, a pregnant woman, or always a bridesmaid. Based off the Bridal Expo. And subsequent people I saw everywhere. However, like, that's really pretty, but I've already got my stationery picked out. And a lot of it's like, here's what you can do. And it's like, we're not doing this in Regina, but thanks for offering. What's the deal? I don't need a photo booth. Say I do and fight cancer. You can too. I've got books about jewelry that I don't need. There is one thing I'm trying to find here. Wedding galleries. Ah, there we go. And you guys will all laugh at me because this is my favorite place to go. Actually, I got a free nail file from the Travelodge. You too can wedding it up at the Travelodge. And you know I'm a sad, pathetic excuse for a human being. When my personal favorite place, out of all the places that were there, except for the place that had cake. The one place that had cake, I really liked the place that had cake. They were my friends. They weren't actually my friends, but you know what I mean. Cake. My favorite place. That's right. Basset hounds. They also had kittens there, and by the way, that was just bad, because my mom basically had to hog-tie me and drag me away from the kittens. Although I did see a Snuggle in the wild. They were actually using a Snuggle that I knit last year. I was like, I made that! I had a moment. Yes, it was very cute. How to make a difference. Kisses for critters. Kisses for critters. So that's what we will be doing. Talked with the boy last night about it, and he agreed with it, so... and you can get cute little cards and stuff. But basically, if anyone expects us to kiss after the wedding, you know, the tinking, there'll be no tinking. We will have a little box, and you can make a donation to the Regina Humane Society because it's my Humane Society of choice. Actually, it's the Humane Society I live by, and that's where I got my cat from. You can make a donation to the Humane Society, and then we will kiss. So, we are pimping ourselves for animals, and I'm okay with that. And I got a sticker, and it's true. So, Yes, that's right. My favorite portion of the entire bridal extravaganza. And no, I did not find a dress. Favorite portion was the Humane Society booth. I'm kind of lame. That and the Tupperware booth. Oh my god, it was awesome. So there you have it. But I went to the expo. I suffered through it. In the end, I was like, let's just leave. I'm overwhelmed. So that was done. I would like to thank my random active pattern people this week. Notable Needle. Here, I can show you guys. I need to charge this, but I'm sure you'll be able to see it. I got the Voodoo You Love Me from Notable Needle. So those cute little voodoo dolls. I love the fact that they don't have hands. Totally want to make a pair. From the marvelous TMO 92. I got the Magpie Cowl by Judy Marples. Showing it to you in my PDF expert, which is the awesome sauce. And for me, as though, I got the Carter cardigan. Y'all are just like getting me ready to go for like making cardigan. I want to make cardigans. I just need to get the yarn for it at some point. This is a very gorgeous cardigan by Cosmic Pluto. I love the detail. Just little cables and yeah. Just makes me happy. So thank you, you three. You made me laugh. You made me smile. And now I'm going to show you some of the awesomeness that came in the mail. And it will be going along onto you. So we had some donations from some anonymous prize givers. Had this for a while, I just haven't shown it yet. This is going to be a prize. This is the Unique Sheep, Green Sheep Cotton Bamboo Tea Treasury. And as you can tell, it's a transitional set. So it goes from 1 to 2 to 3 to 4. I think 4? Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. And there's 110 yards per skein. It's gorgeous. Look at it. Look at it. It's purple to brown to a vibrant green. Totally awesome. I have knit with Unique Sheep. I made my Lyric shawl out of Unique Sheep, and that was a gradient, and it was a total awesome experience. This is the Unique Sheep Luxe in Cardamom. It's 25% Tussa Silk, 75% Superwash Merino, 100 grams, 400 yards of a fingering weight yarn. And it's a tan and a celery. And that's actually pretty true to color right there. It's gorgeous and smushy. There's going to be crinkle during this entire portion of the podcast, so suck it up, people. I'm so kind. We also have, actually, I might keep those for a different one. I'm not sure if this person who is up next wishes to remain nameless, so I will not say who it is, but this came and, quite frankly, I'd knit like 5 snuggles just for this, so. This is Marigold Jen Hand-Dyed Yarns by Jenny Porter in the Pansy colorway. It's an 80-10-10 merino nylon cashmere superwash. It is amazing. It's a vibrant purple. There you go. With a rich brown and a gold yellow, almost a butter yellow. It is to die for. To die for. Crinkle, crinkle, crinkle. I'm sorry if you're wearing earpods, pads, buds, pad pod buds. There you go. These came in the mail, and I get to keep one. So keeping one. These came to us via Flancers. who also has an Etsy store. What is your Etsy store, dear? Do I have it? Did you tell me your Etsy store? You did not. She is Jackie Flancers, who is very awesome. I plurk with her relatively often. And she sent 4 packets, and I'm going to be keeping one. I'll probably keep the blue and black one, or green and black one, because it's pretty. Maybe the red one. I don't know. But 3 of these will be up for grabs, and 1 I am keeping. Let me show you one. And I love the bags they came in. She's got such an eye for presentation. They are little stitch markers. There are... I don't want to take it out of the bag because then I'll drop something. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. It appears to be 7. 6 little guys and 1 beaded one with a little paw. They are gorgeous. Here, I'll show you this one. I love the bags. The bags, the color composition. She's just awesome. This one has captive beads, as I like. And you got a little paw. You got your little paw right there. Here, there. Little paw and captive bead rings. So those are going to be prizes. If you have not seen the Sheep Dreamery podcast, she has put up the skein of yarn she is donating, and it is called Sadie's Dirty Jeans. And it is a... what base is it on? I should know this. I just looked at it too. It's gorgeous. Either way, go look at it. She's posted it in a few places, and it's awesome. And all the way from Teddington, wherever Teddington is, somewhere in the UK. Let's say merry old England, shall we? Is it in England? Watch, I'm going to be like so offensive. It's in the UK. It's in the United Kingdom. From the lovely Sam, who is Stealth Dragon, who also has a podcast, and I love this postcard. I may actually frame this postcard, just to put it up in my office. She sent me stitch markers, because I'm awesome. Skulls. Little skulls. You guys make me want to do intricate lace so that I can use more of my stitch markers. Which is kind of funny considering I was remarking that I need to go and get some more stitch markers because some of mine have died. And then I got stitch markers. Score! Sam sent little bee stitch markers. There's a set of 5 little bee stitch markers. And if you don't think these are the cutest friggin' things ever, you have mental problems. They are so adorable. It's like bees! That's right, I went bees as soon as I saw them. And a marvelous project bag, which puts me to shame, but I'm still putting mine in. I will still put mine in for a giveaway, but seriously, woman, put me to shame. This is the cutest little animal fabric ever on the bottom. And on the top and the lining are mushrooms and hedgehogs. Look at the mushrooms. Look at the hedges. Hedgy, 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 hedgy. It is fully lined. And that just shows you how sturdy this is. It stands up on its own. I'm sure once you smish it and beat the crap out of it like one does a project bag, it won't stand up on its own. But it is a very heavy... This is cotton, but I think this is almost a canvas. And it's got a pull tab on the side. It's so adorable and it's so well made. And you should really check her out. She's Knit Run Dig. If you don't know who the Stealth Dragon is, Knit Run Dig. Yet another shop I want to hit up because there's an owl Halloween bag I want. Just saying. But yeah, that's awesome. Ooh, I got a card. Good. See? If you send me stuff and you want me to pay for stuff, I need your cards. London, UK. London, England. Merry old England. Okay, so I haven't offended anyone yet. Sam, I'm not going to say your last name. Knit Run Dig. She's our resident, not our resident, she's our archaeologist. She's our knitting archaeologist. And I adore her. And her Etsy shop is Knit Run Dig. You can also contact her at knitrundig.gmail. Focus. Focus. Okay, it's not going to focus. It hates me today. Knitrundig. So, those are the prizes that have come in thus far. There are a couple more prizes hiding around the house. This was just all I could assemble in like 2 seconds. So I was like, I'm going to record out of nowhere. That's right. I just said that. There's also a slew of patterns and pattern combos. The bag that I have made that is going in is a Snoopy bag. Just saying. Dawn, Knit and Wolf, Snoopy. Snoopy project bag. The Snuggles color is up. You can check that out on Highland Handmaids. Our music this week. It's more of a just so you know. Apparently I turn into Bob and Doug whenever I do that. Music this week is Modest Mouse. Particularly the album Good News for people who love bad news. Really good album right now. Float On, World at Large. Quite frankly, that was my life this weekend. So, go check out some Modest Mouse. That'll be in the show notes. Everything else will be in the show notes. Get your snuggles going, because there's prizes galore. Don't forget, lots of podcasters throwing up the prizes too. Knit one for each podcaster. Just keep round-robining them out. Because Lord knows, you want to win something. And there are multitudes of options to win. We've got ebooks, we've got project bags, we've got stitch markers, we've got yarn. We've got everything here at Sadieville. And I know there's yarn and books and project bags, or maybe, I don't know. I know there's a lot of prizes elsewhere, so go check it out. And I will see you next week at our regularly scheduled Sunday time.